Hi friends, today I'm going to share with you something that has really changed my makeup game, and that is because I am 57 years old and the whole face changes once you go through menopause. Once that all happens, you can't just put foundation on like someone that's under 40. It just doesn't work. So here's the concerns. We have redness, we have age spots. Oh my goodness, look at this age spot stuff I have going right here. Melasma, I have a ton of discoloration on my cheeks, on my chest. This is horrible from sun damage. I have large pores. You know that I lost 150 pounds with weight loss surgery, but my whole face just dropped because it didn't have that fat pad underneath there anymore. So I have all these dynamic wrinkles right here. Those are the things I need to address, besides the fact that I have horrible dark circles and I want my skin to look natural. I don't want it to look like a mask, but at the same time, in order for me to feel good about my skin, I want to cover some of this up. I want to even some of it out. So I'm going to give you two options today. The first one is I'm going to do a high end on this side of my face. And on this side, I'm going to do all drugstore. We're going to see if that makes any difference. We're going to get right into it. Everything that I talk about will be listed and linked below, along with everything I have on. Just keep scrolling down through there and find all the products that I'm talking about. First thing I'm going to talk about is very controversial. I'm going to leave this one up to you. Whether or not you want to do this is totally optional. I shave my face. Lots of people feel like my hair is going to grow in thicker. It's going to grow in darker. Okay, I've been doing this for about 9 years now, and I can honestly say that that does not happen. My dermatologist did tell me that what happens is when we start to pluck our hair out, it changes the root. So it's going to get stiffer and it's going to get darker a lot of times. But just shaving, that doesn't make that the case. But that's the first thing I do. I go and I shave my face in order for there not to be any texture from all of the downy hair or the soft hair that I have on my face. Next thing is you have to wait in between your skincare and your makeup. This is a pain in the butt, especially if you're in the morning and you're getting ready for work or you have to be out the door. This is a pain in the butt to wait. But if you have an event, and that's what this foundation is for, this is not like slap it on and get out the door. This is, let's take a look at what we can do to make our skin look absolutely flawless. Let's do this step by step. Once you get these steps down, it really only takes about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to do your foundation. But in me teaching you, it always takes longer. And yes, I talk a lot. That's the teacher in me coming out. So after you have your SPF on and done and it's soaked in, if your face doesn't feel just a little bit tacky and you feel like it's dry, you still may want to go in with something else like the Numbuzin No4 Essence and just pat that in, let it dry for a couple minutes, get on with your foundation. Next thing, and a lot of people don't agree with this one either, but it is the primer. Using a really good primer means that you're going to have a smoother canvas. It's also going to mean that your makeup is not going to get sucked into your face, meaning that, you know, your skincare gets sucked into your face. That's how it dries down. Put foundation on top of there without any barrier, then you're gonna have your makeup kind of sucking into your face. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do my favorite high end, and then we're going to do my favorite drugstore. Caliray. This is one of my very favorite primers ever. This is gripping and hydrating. It's called So Blown. I also don't want you to use too much primer. Look how much I'm using. I'm only using maybe a pea size. This is for one side of my face. I want you to direct it to the parts where you have the biggest pores. And for me, obviously that's the center of my face right here on the cheeks, the chin, the nose, and the forehead. Then whatever's left on the rest of your face, just pull that out towards the side. If you put too much on, you're going to have your makeup pill. Here's my drugstore one, the new Maybelline Poreless Jelly Primer. I'm really enjoying this one. And again, we are not going to use a ton. We're going to use about a pea size. I really like this one as a second to my favorite Caliray. And then just press it. You really have to press it into those pores, okay? Don't forget to run anything extra down your neck. The next thing is something that, again, you're gonna all be going, this is too much. Skip it if you don't want to do it. I understand. Now, where does your makeup break apart? Mine breaks apart right here around my nose. So I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to pat in any little extra there. I also can't keep very much makeup on my nose. That has a tendency to rub off during the day. I am taking some powder on a very fluffy brush. I am going to push it into the lid so that the powder goes way down into the brush. Then I'm going to tap, and then I'm going to go right there on my chin. I'm not like going all over the place. I'm going to go right here onto the sides of my nose, and I'm going to go right here onto my nose and kind of push in powder. I used Makeup by Mario on that one, loose powder. I guarantee if you powder just a little bit before you put on your foundation, you are going to have a foundation that lasts a very long time. This is completely optional. I've been doing this particular step because I love the way that it looks when I'm done. This is just one underpainting step, but what I've been doing is I've been doing a little bit of liquid blush underneath my makeup so that it looks just a little bit brighter and pink. And I've been doing that right around my eyes. Believe it or not, this does a ton of color correcting. This is a Kiko Milano blush that I just got sent and I wanted to try it. And so far so good. I really like this. Lots of people do this now. It's something that's really popular and I've just been loving that. Okay, now here's the foundation. Let's start with an e.l.f. brush. This is a very dense brush. This is something that for me is non-negotiable. This is the Max Fix Plus Primer Spray. I don't like to use sprays that say that they are primers and setting sprays because they have a tendency to dry me out. You're gonna want to just spray that brush. This is something that I don't see very many people do. It's going to help thin out your makeup a little bit. It's also going to go on a little bit better. I also don't want you ever to squeeze your makeup across your face. Oh my goodness, don't do that. Don't dab it on your face. Don't do any of that. You're going to squeeze about 1 pump of what you would normally get if you had a pump on it. By the way, this is the Ulta Complexion Crush Foundation. Wow, this is a beautiful foundation for a mature woman. Here's my foundation, and I'm going to go right into my hand, and I'm taking that foundation and I'm pushing it down into the brush. Now we're going to dot or pat or dab or stipple. Stipple is the best word. And we are just going to continue to stipple across our face until we get enough foundation on there. Stay away from that under eye as much as you can. Make sure that you are doing every single spot on your face, and you will see that this makes your skin look amazing. And what's happening is as you're stippling or pushing instead of swiping, it is going into your pores, it's filling those in, and it's making your skin look flawless. I have this whole neck area. I get asked this all the time. How in the world do you keep your foundation? Here's another dollop. How in the world do you keep your foundation from getting on your clothing? Well, I usually take and I spray the clothing with that new L'Oreal setting mist. I'd rather have an even look on my neck and my chest. So here we go. That was another dab with another little spray of Max Fix Plus on my brush, and we are stippling once again. Go out on your ears. Now, whatever's left on your brush, again, we're going over these spots that have such a hard time covering. Now I'm gonna take the BK Beauty, I think this is a 101 brush. So again, spray it with the Max Fix Plus. I usually do 2 sprays. Here's my foundation that I am in love with from the high end, and it is the Chanel Lace Beiges, and I'm going to put 2 pumps and I'm going to load that brush up. And here we go. And we're going to stipple again. Same thing as the other side. We're covering every single inch of our face. Keep going. I promise you this is going to be the best your skin has ever looked. Okay, one more pump. A little bit more spray, a tiny bit more spray because that brush is pretty saturated. Push it, push it, push it down into the brush and do the chest and the neck and the jawline. And once again, go over all of the makeup up here. We are pushing it in, pushing it in. Look how good that blush looks. Yay, that looks so good. Okay, it's gorgeous. Here we go. We're gonna do concealer. Stay away from those under eyes with that foundation that you were just pushing in. This is the e.l.f. Hydration, whatever, Camo Concealer. So it's the hydrating one. And this is a little bit too light for me. I have a little bit of a tan going on with my faux tan. but see how little I'm putting on there? Just a little bit. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to dab it out, covering the whole area. Stop. I'm not going to do any more. I'm just going to let it set up. All right, again, stop. Don't blend it all the way out. In the meantime, go about doing some of your other makeup. I'm going to not do high-end and drugstore on this part. We're just going to use some of my favorites. This is from Kiko Milano. It's their contour stick. I'm using the big end of the Makeup by Mario brush. I don't remember what this one is, but it will be listed for you, and I'm not getting enough on there. So let's go right into the stick, put it on the brush, and then blend it with our hand in the hairline. Yes, I go straight up into the hairline, and I am not bashful about putting a ton up there because I have such a high forehead. This helps to bring it down. Plus it gives you a beautiful sun-kissed look. This time I'm pushing again. We're doing the chin. We're gonna make that double chin disappear with some contour. And we're gonna come down kind of in a V right here, and that will make your jawline look thinner. The side right here looks a little bit weird. I got a little carried away. So let's do that. And then right here, I'm not going to be cutting out any sort of a contour or anything. I'm just gonna put this on as a base kind of for my blush. Just go across the nose a little bit, across the chin. We've let the concealer sit for a minute. That is perfect. We're gonna go in and we're gonna just tap it out. Did I even say what was on this side? My tried and true and trusty Tower 28. This is my favorite concealer of all time. Ever, ever, ever. All right, the next thing, you guys, I know, I've got a lot of steps going, but hey, this is the perfect makeup, right? This is perfection. So let's take our dampened beauty sponge and let's go over everything. We are going over everything. Why? Because now we're picking up a lot of product that could settle and crease and model and make us look like we have more makeup on than what we really want. Again, pushing in to the skin, because then it's gonna look flawless, it's gonna look gorgeous, it's gonna look beautiful, and give you the best look you could ever have. Let's use that same blush that we used a minute ago, but instead of going right on there, let's put it into our hand, or you can put it onto your brush. It really doesn't matter. There's the brush that I used before. It's already got some on there. We're gonna pick it up, and then we're gonna just put a little bit more blush onto our cheeks. Stay high with it. You're gonna get a lifted look if you stay high with your blush. Now I'm going to take that same brush that I used from e.l.f. I'm going to use this Morphe setting powder. This one is in their pink color, and I'm going to dip in there. See how much I got on there? That's quite a bit, huh? And I'm going to take the lid, push that powder in. Start here at your chin, push again, all the way around. Pay attention to that chin and around that nose. Pay attention to the top of that nose where we get the break apart. And then with whatever's left over, then go under your eyes. Stay away from the blush area. And then I'm gonna go in once again, and I'm going to do the chest and the neck. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my word. We have some beautiful, beautiful makeup going on. I am going to use a Tarte brush. I just couldn't find any others, and I'm using the smaller end. There you go. You can see how much I picked up. That's a lot. The trick to this is, in order for our under eyes not to look like they have so much powder on, we're going all over the rest of the face first with that powder, and then with whatever's left over, we go underneath the eye. Last but not least, use a makeup setting spray without any alcohol or anything in it that's going to dry you out, but it needs to be a setting spray this time. This side, we're going to spray with the Essence. It's a new spray that came out. Also, I'm going to use the Kosas Cloud Set. This is one you really need to shake really well, and then go in on the other side. This one came out a lot heavier than the other side, so I am going to take my little sponge. I'm going to wear a little bit brighter of a lip because we kind of did a subdued look on the eyes. So I am going to go in with my NYX. I believe this is in Prune. This is just their lip liner. I'm going to line my lips. A little bit of gloss from the Sephora Gloss collection. All right, lips are done. I put a little bit of eyeliner underneath the eyes, And that is the size of it. I'm gonna get super duper close to you so that you can see my skin. I'm even gonna turn my lights down just a little bit so you can see what I got going on. There's the lights down just a bit for you. This is definitely a flawless look, and I know I keep looking over there, but that's where my mirror is. Now, I know that this was kind of fast, and there was a lot in there that I explained to you, but hopefully when you try this at home, you will get the same results and you will feel like you're put together and your skin looks the best and you go out there with all kinds of confidence. Thank you so much for being with me today. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you in and ask you please to subscribe. If you're not, hit the like button on your way out of here, my friends. I love you all so much. Please come and see me again in my next video. Goodbye.